Today, I'm critiquing Atherton's worst new mansion, and then I'm gonna give it an Arvin score at the end of the video. So if you ever decide to buy, design, or build a property like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the guy who makes sure you have the highest resale value when you design, build, or buy your dream home. Let's watch this video together.
Now, welcome to the spa/gym. This is a great space. First thing I want to mention here is the fact that it's located on the main floor. A lot of the homes that we tour, gyms, spas tend to be in lower levels or in areas that maybe won't get the highest traffic. But given that this home is all about entertainment, all about living that amazing California lifestyle, I appreciate their approach when it comes to positioning this room on the main level.
Are you serious? What are we, fitness influencers? Is this the first thing you want your guests to see when they walk up your beautiful spiral stairway? Because that front lobby is not really the house, you know? Like, this is where the real house really starts. And this is the first thing they see. And the stagers were smart, you know? They look at this, they're like, we can't really put a gym here. Gyms are not the prettiest thing. Let's just put 2 Pelotons and call it a day. Look, I'm a big fan of spas, gym, 100%. And the demographics really want and need this stuff, right? It should have had a cold plunge. It doesn't. And I don't mind the fact that they integrated the two. But putting it smack center in front of your outdoor dining area, it's just not good feng shui, man.
Over on the other side, it comes with a water closet, separate walk-in shower, and you just simply walk back outside. Now, next up, the office. Now, this room is actually designed like a regular bedroom. It has a walk-in closet and a full bathroom, but they staged it as an office. And I have to say, given that it's on the main level, has access to the outdoors, I would have staged that as an office as well. You can get some work done here, easy access to the outdoors if you just want to take a phone call. But if you need more bedrooms, you can certainly convert it back to a bedroom as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could also function as a guest bedroom. Why? Because it's on a different floor than third floor where the primary bedroom and 3 other bedrooms are. Now, pay attention. You do have a 2-bedroom ADU, so you could actually use this as a guest bedroom and have your office in the ADU completely separated from the main quarters if you want that super private area where, have even employees to come over, work over there, and have that separation from the house and the office.
Now, Armand, let's go to the hallway here. To my right, we have a laundry room with a stacked washer and dryer. And over on the other side, we have the family room. Even though the surface area of the second floor is quite significant with all these sliding glass doors, open floor plan, I feel like every single one of these rooms are very much connected to each other.
But this is the room where you're going to spend all the time. Okay, I love this area. This is the heart of the house. And so far, the only square footage that I see, you will spend 90% of your time. Beautiful. You have access to your terrace. You have a TV room. You have double island kitchen. This is it, which again makes that whole other area on the other side by the fireplace and the swimming pool area really useless because they didn't give it functionality. So I think everyone would gravitate over here because it's where the heart of the house is and you just didn't give functionality to the other parts.
The design of the kitchen is very timeless. 2 oversized islands, marble countertops with waterfall edges. This one houses all the bar seating and the one on the back houses the sink, 2 additional wine fridges, oak cabinetry throughout. I like the upper section and how they left it open so you can put your accessories there, decorate the space a little bit more, and the oak cabinetry looks very soothing, easy on the eye. This is a great space. Now, Armand, follow me to the other side. Again, you have your bar stools here, Miele appliances, your regular oven, speed ovens, espresso machine, and Armand, let's get a close-up. You see, when you open up one of these doors, you can actually adjust the handle.
I think it's super cool.
Yeah, it makes it easier.
$57 million. Your handle adjusts. It's like a motorbike.
This is the second island. Again, we have 2 wine fridges here. And over on this side, we have the main sink, marble countertop here, the side walls. This portal design adds up to the elegance of the space. And also, they didn't want to have any plug or outlet covers. That's why they incorporated them into the backsplash, which means they had to cut these holes ahead of time.
Don't pay attention to the plugs. There's a couple elements that they could have done and they haven't done. I think the kitchen overall looks really good, but again, doesn't follow the ethos of the design of the house. If you introduce that curved, beautiful staircase, which so far it was the most beautiful thing about this house, you're introducing round elements, and you continue that with the railing. Right now, a lot of the islands that are building in the kitchen have round elements. What happened over here? You decided to go rectangular? You see, these tiny little design elements that you have continuity throughout the project through different rooms is what makes it subconsciously soothing to the eye of the buyer and makes them like it. Over here, we just got really boxy out of the blue.
Now, if you guys are wondering why am I talking so fast, I'm probably energized. I had a lot of coffee this morning because the truth is Arvin and I slept roughly 3 hours last night because we just came back from El Paso, Texas, from the Blue Origin facilities. And that's why I had a lot of coffee, because I wanted to make sure I'm energized and excited for this property, which I am, but I didn't want my tiredness to affect the tour. Now, next up, elevator landing.
Pay attention. This is exactly where you're going to enter the property every single day. I talk a lot about it in part 1. Make sure you subscribe. I will link it at the end of the video.
Elevator landing, another powder room with a separate water closet.
This powder room is the only one on this side of the house. The other one is in the gym or the guest bedroom or the office bathroom, right? So if you're in that fun area, the formal living area, which I think it would rarely ever get used on that side of the house because they didn't give it functionality. If you need to use the restroom, you have 2 options. You either have to cross the terrace, go to the gym to use the bathroom, or you have to come all the way to this side and use this powder room.
And over on this side, we have a small hallway that opens up to the exterior. Actually, let me show this to everyone. So this is the staircase that's next to the water feature, and you can see how it goes up to the top floor. Now, Arman, let's check out the chef's kitchen. Same oak cabinetry, marble countertops, meal and appliances, and there's also a casement window here for some ventilation.
Not bad at all. I think it's centrally located, and I love the fact that it has a separate access. So let's say your catering people can come through this side and set up their equipment over here. It could have used a little bit more counter space, but I think it's good enough.
And I like the fact that the finishes here match the main kitchen. Given that it's the chef's kitchen, they could have easily go with a cheaper cabinetry or cheaper countertops.
Dude, $57 million. Do you know how much this would cost extra? As to like a stainless steel finish, and that's not cheap either, by the way. Thank you so much for not cheaping it out for $57 million on the chef's kitchen.
And I have to say, the main floor of this property is quite impressive.
Yeah, it's a lot better than downstairs. Let's talk about usability, okay? I would say 65%, 70% of it is usable. That whole wing, when you come up this spiral staircase, it's never going to get used. But this side was good. This side was much better. In the Bay Area, there are not as many entertaining things as, let's say, in Los Angeles or New York. The vibe and energy is just not quite to the same level as other cities in the United States. So it's really important to have a fun house, right? To have an entertaining house where you can entertain people and everything. So a chef's kitchen is actually probably matters even more in the Bay Area than, let's say, LA or New York. So I'm glad it has access. And I like the fact that it had a good kitchen and the fact that it integrated with the family room, and that 1 bedroom over there gives you the flexibility to use it as a guest bedroom, office, all good stuff.
Before we tour the 3rd floor, I want to quickly talk about our location, the city of Atherton. It is considered to be one of the most exclusive and one of the most expensive zip codes in the country. Many influential individuals in tech, business, and finance live here. But with that, it's an incredible location in the heart of Silicon Valley, and we're minutes away from Stanford University and Sand Hill Road, which is the epicenter of global venture capital, and companies like Meta, Google, Apple are all funded, built, and scaled here.
You're not in the heart of it with this property. You're in the pancreas, okay? The heart of it would be West Atherton, okay? That's the best part of Atherton. But everything else he said is true. And in fact, this will surprise you. I think Atherton is significantly underpriced, and I will tell you why. But before I do that, if you want to support this channel for free, I would really appreciate if you subscribe and hit the like button and send this channel to a friend. Why? Because I don't think anyone else really looks after buyers in this industry. Even the buyer's agent try to convince you to purchase a property. It feels like everybody's catering towards the sellers. I've dedicated my life, my whole channel, my whole career to look after the interest of buyers because I think that's where you can have the highest impact on your buy. Now, let's talk about Atherton. Okay, to give you a comparable to another city so you understand how undervalued Atherton is, I would like to compare it to Brentwood Park in Brentwood, Los Angeles. They're similar. In fact, Atherton has bigger lots, and Atherton is way more central to whole peninsula than Brentwood Park is to all of Los Angeles. And dirt value alone in Brentwood Park is about twice as more expensive as Atherton. Now you're thinking, Arvin, how is that even possible? There is a lot more wealth in the Bay Area than Los Angeles. Well, it's kind of true, but it's not. Let me explain. Historically speaking, and when I say historically, I mean like early 1900s, LA County has produced more wealth than the Bay Area. And when I say Bay Area, I'm combining 9 of the counties because it won't even be fair comparing LA County, how massive it is, to just San Francisco, Santa Clara County, or San Mateo County, even Peninsula combined. Now, why is that? You see, the economical engines behind Los Angeles County have been bigger and have lasted longer. Let me explain. The whole city of LA was based on oil, right? So the oil industry has been around for, decades after decades. And then we've had one of the biggest industries in Los Angeles, Hollywood. From early 1900s, for a century, has produced wealth many times over. And then after that, we've had a huge aerospace industry, shipping industry. We've had services and even recently tech. And that generational wealth transfer in Los Angeles has been continuous and more significant than the Bay Area. Bay Area has been a late bloomer. Let me explain. Not that it hasn't had other industries, just not as big. The big mama is the tech industry, which really started in the 60s and 70s. And guess what? That industry hasn't changed hands. It hasn't transferred yet. The majority of that wealth transfer is going to happen in 2030. And there's a big difference. If you study different generations and how they behave, majority of this wealth that was created in the Bay Area, a lot of it is immigrant, first generation wealth, which behave and spend very differently and buy very different products, including myself, I speak for myself, than the older generation, the American, the ones that have become Americanized. So that generational wealth, when it happens, they're going to spend very differently than their parents. Second, when you tie that in with the topography of Peninsula, which has very limited amount of flat land, a limited amount of supply compared to Los Angeles, the prices in the Bay Area are gonna boom. And then the industry in the Bay Area is the technology industry, which basically means the next big thing, whatever that may be, right? It just creates industries, which is the best type of industry you can ask for. So I'm extremely bullish for Bay Area. And any crash is a great buying opportunity, buy the dip, right? And for that reason, I consult heavily. And the biggest percentage of my inner circle and consulting clients are tech executive founders, because I guess the analytical nature of mine combined with how I've reversed engineered goosebumps, the feelings of my 10 principles, which we're going to talk about at the end of this video, gives them that dynamic and confidence to go in and make a very important, big decision. And they get 12 months of support throughout their project to make decisions faster, save money, make a better product, and have a higher resale value. Here's the QR code. Fill out the application. I would love to be that resource to you. Okay, you came here for real estate. You got a sociology lesson. Let's continue watching.
Now, coming back to this outdoor space, this is a very spacious terrace. We have glass railing throughout, and the same brick pavers that we saw on the motor court is also brought here.
Whose idea was that? Why would you make your third level terrace look like your motor court? And I love the fact that they've slapped AstroTurf anywhere they could to give you an illusion of a backyard, because you just don't have one.
But I want to quickly come this way because we have an outdoor barbecue area / outdoor kitchen here.
Why do you have the barbecue on the roof? Oh my God. Whose idea? Did you guys forget the barbecue? And they're like, holy crap, we forgot about the barbecue. Okay, where do we have a gas line? Let's put it on the roof. This is crazy. Like, you're by the pool, hanging out. It's like, yeah, we're going to go to the roof to make some hot dogs. We'll be back. We'll be right back.
We have the detached ADU on this side, and if you follow the walkway here, it takes you to the private terrace of the primary bedroom. This is an incredible addition to this property. The fact that you have a very spacious ADU with 2 bedrooms
is great. Why? If you're a tech entrepreneur, okay, and you're doing your own startup, this is really good, okay? That doesn't mean you should pay $57 million. In part one, I give a price valuation for this property, but this is good. You could have your employees from the side come all the way up here and work. Now, the weird thing is that the ADU is right next to your 3rd level, your sleeping quarters of your wife and your kids, which is, you definitely have to figure out a way to hedge it and block it off. But the fact that it does have this as an alternative office for someone like me who really likes to work from home, but also have that complete separation, is really good choice.
Very spacious kitchen with a massive island, same waterfall edge, recessed in plugs, Miele appliance package, oak cabinetry, all the way to the pot filler. They matched all these elements, and they also have washer and dryer here. So this ADU is the complete package. And I also understand why they brought their washer and dryer here, because when you want to install these appliances, you need a water line and a drain line, which means if you're going to put it into a closet, you need to run a brand new line to that location, or you can place it right next to a sink or in a bathroom, because in those rooms or near those amenities, you do have a water line and a drain line.
Wow. You didn't need me to call you out this time. Enes is doing it for you. Wow. So you're charging $57 million because you didn't want to pull another extra drain and gas line? Are you serious? Oh my God. This is ridiculous. And this island is bigger than your kitchen island downstairs. It's an ADU, for God's sake. What are you doing?
First bedroom is staged as an office, has a full bathroom as well. And then to my right, we have the second bedroom that comes with a king size bed. Now, why don't we take everybody inside? Here on this wing, we have 3 bedroom suites.
This is what I'm talking about. The ADU is right up in your business. It's like right there. And the main reason for this is that the developer told the architect, hey, what's the maximum amount of square footage I can put on this? The guy said, well, it's really tough. It's hillside. But, if we put an ADU on the roof, 3rd level, and then maybe a junior ADU somewhere else, we can maximize this to like 13,000 square foot. Okay. And then they try to justify the listing price based on that, not knowing buyers don't think in that term. We're not selling a commercial building here. It might look like one, but we're not. We're talking about ultra luxury. And this is a very common problem with immigrants, including myself, okay? This is a self-observation I've seen from my own family and people around myself, and you might relate to this if you're also a person of ethnicity who've come from another country, and this is a great lesson for you. A lot of us, at least the older generation, maybe your parents or your uncles, they look at a property and they get really excited that they get a really great deal on a very cheap, bad property. Instead of being excited about getting a good deal or even a fair market value on a great property, or even paying a little bit more than market value for the best property in town. That is really the difference of the, limited mindset and where we come from the limitations we've had. That cultural aspect of, hey, wanting to get a deal. I want to get a fantastic deal. A lot of times it works against you, against your own self-interest, right? When you build something like this, where the ultra wealthy person who doesn't think like you, okay, is not interested in it. But then sometimes people get lucky. And that's why I've committed my channel to bring transparency and efficiency, so this market, residential real estate market, would be more transparent. So people will make less mistakes. Why? Because my parents have made mistakes. I know a lot of other immigrant parents who've made mistakes. So if you're an immigrant, if you were born over here, it's a lesson you can learn, and I wanted to share that with you.
First one to my right. Given that we have so many bedroom suites, I want to keep my tour short and to the point. This one also comes with a full bathroom, opens up to the terrace that we just saw. At the end, we have 2 more bedroom suites. This one comes with 2 single beds, opens up to the back of the property with a skylight. And the one at the end is also very spacious, and that opens up to the terrace of the primary bedroom.
Why? So you can watch your parents make love? This is horrible. You're gonna traumatize the kids, man. It's right there. Come on. You know, this whole property, when you pay attention, the stairs and the bridges looks like that artist that makes these like, optical illusions just for the sake of making a profit. I swear. Come on. Build something good. Spend $4 million extra, buy the best lot in Atherton, and then have a $100 million exit. Why not?
And lastly, I'm gonna just go backwards a little bit more. The art here is super cool, and with this vibrant color.
So LA. They really hired an LA architect here. Because Bay Area people really like LA architecture. A lot of them know, and it's like, it's their technique, you know? Their secret weapon is like, let's bring an LA architect to build a hillside property without any views on a lot that doesn't even belong in Atherton.
Now follow me this way. We are on the bridge, and here you get this dramatic view. To my right, we have the pool. To my left, we have the outdoor dining area. Arman, what do you think?
It is cool. I love the bridge.
Yeah, it's exciting, right? It's something different.
Yeah, you know, instead of having the walls, they put the windows and all the natural light comes in. It's perfect.
It is.
We're in the attic. This really feels like the attic. We're on the 3rd floor, you know. He's calling it the 2nd floor, but it's really the 3rd floor. And it really feels like an attic.
In fact, we have another spacious outdoor seating area. And over here, we have this cozy lounge off of the landing. They certainly match the spirit of the home.
Wait a minute. You don't have another staircase going down? Every time the kids want to go downstairs, they have to get into this bridge, come all the way over here to go downstairs? Oh my, no, I guess they have to go outside. They have to go through the ADU or cross to your parents' bedroom while they're making love. Great. Great. I tell you one thing, the kids are really well protected. If a thief or a burglar even comes to the property, they won't find the kids. Like, this is a 1-bedroom up here.
On the other side, we have another travertine wall, TV. Opening here can certainly house another gas fireplace if you want to, or you can just leave it open the way they have it here. Now, over on the other side, we have additional built-ins. I love the approach here. Espresso bar, fridge down below, and you also have a built-in desk so you can get some work done. You can treat this section as your office, and that's pretty much it for the landing.
Do you notice how the ceiling heights are so much lower? I'm really glad it has an upstairs living area.
Now, I want to quickly talk about this detail here. We have 4 massive skylights bringing so much natural light, and then to my right, we have the staircase. To my left is the opening for the formal dining room. And lastly, welcome to the primary bedroom. In order to make the 3rd floor a little bit more warmer, instead of using limestone on the floors, they went with hardwood. Then here we have the king-size bed with a built-in headboard design, built-in bedside tables, mood lighting, definitely a spacious room. And over on the other side, matching the aesthetic of the home, another vein mat travertine wall. And of course, easy access to the outdoors. Arman, why don't we step outside? So this section is dedicated to the primary bedroom. The outdoor staircase comes up all the way to this level. There's a water feature. And here is the 3rd bedroom that I've talked about, meaning you can turn this into an office. If you're a high-profile individual, your security staff can live here.
Good job, Enes. Good job. He's basically telling you, like, families, I know you're not going to buy this. This is for someone who wants a vertical house and doesn't like backyards in Atherton.
Now, I want to quickly take everybody back in so we can check out the bathroom, which is stunning. They used Patagonia quartzite on the floors.
Dude, why is the bathtub in the middle of the bathroom? Are you serious? You ran out of space, didn't you? Oh my God. This is the tightest bathroom I've ever seen. Forget about a $57 million, like a $25 million. This is a really bad bathroom for a primary suite. This is not even good enough for a junior primary suite.
Follow me this way. Separate water closet. And let me tell you, those motorized toilets are not cheap. Now, this is the first section of the walk-in closet. Oak cabinetry throughout, mostly open shelving. I like the brushed nickel hardware, LED lighting, and even these structural wire elements to give additional strength to these shelves. We have more open cabinetry on this side, makeup area in the center with LED lit mirror, and the design of the corner here is super cool.
So everyone can see from the street your wife changing? Oh my God. This is a really small closet for his and hers. It's good for like hers, but you're completely missing a closet for him. Not even close up to par for a $25 million property. How did they come up with this price point? Come on. Like, just because you stack him up at this price, so you'll give it like a 60% discount and make the person feel like they got a good deal? Or was it a marketing strategy? Because even at $25 million, they're making a lot of money. Because they bought the land for $4.5 million. The whole square footage, let's say it's 13,500. Let's say they spend $1,000 per square foot. You're still under 20. Even after commissions and everything, you still make a decent profit if you're using leverage. So 25 is not even like ridiculous exit. Okay, I'm done with this house. Let's give it an Arvin score. Location. Look, Atherton is the best. The prime location, West Atherton, and there are pockets of that. There are, dead end streets over there in the central, closer to Menlo Park, where you can, because it doesn't have a downtown, you can walk over there. Beautiful lots, very, very private. Those are 10s, right? Solid 10s. This, to me, the location is an 8. Lot quality. Do I even have to tell you? You already know. This is perhaps one of the worst lots in all of Atherton, okay? I wouldn't give it anything more than a 3. Lot utilization. Look, you don't have a private driveway. You do have a decent frontage, which is pretty much the only flat area of the lot. Your side setbacks are decent. They've used it to put stairs around it, right, to give it a little privacy. But then you have no backyard. I don't call that a backyard. That's like a terrace, okay? And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 3. Privacy, super private. Not really from the street, but once you get up there on the higher floor, you don't have any direct line of sight, even to the swimming pool area. And for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8. Lot orientation. You're off south facing. The problem is the hills right behind you. There's a little tiny hill on this west of Alameda, Atherton, that blocks it. But they really did a good job to have, skylights and natural light coming from different areas. I don't think you're going to have a light issue with this property. For that reason, I'm going to give it an 8. Architectural style. Look, if Apple Store had a kit with early 2000 architectural homes with the cantilever sticking out from the front and the corner glass windows, this would be their child. I don't think it has any architectural integrity as far as desirability and timelessness. I don't think it will age really well. I don't think it's timeless. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 5. Views. This is not a view property, but it does look like a view property from Hollywood Hills that they've imported over here. It's going to get a 0. It doesn't have any views. Layout. Where do I start? This is perhaps one of the worst layouts I've seen in all of Bay Area. Your lower level was, to me, completely unusable. It was like a hotel lobby. And then at the same time, you had to take elevators to go up and spiral staircases to go up. And then that whole right wing of the main floor, when you came up to the area, I don't think you will ever spend the overtime over there. And then your wow factor, when you come in, you enter a lobby, you have to delay it, take this spiral staircase. And then the folding doors were not even pocket. Then you had to look at the gym in front of you. And then you had 4 bedrooms upstairs. The kids had to go through your primary bedroom to get downstairs or walk a mile to go. Horrible. I'm going to give it a 2. Scale and volume. You definitely have a vertical space, and that space really defines this architecture. And it has a lot of different areas. But then on the top floor, the 3rd level, the attic level, I call it, the ceiling heights really dropped. But overall, I have to say a lot of the rooms were very well proportioned. The ratios were correct. And for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8. Finishes. This is probably one of the best finishes I've seen in the Bay. The quality of the finishes, putting pallets together in the Bay Area, is extremely poor. But they did it well over here, and I admired that for them. And for that reason, I think it's above average, so I'm going to give it a 7. Now, here's the Arvin score. If you want to see part 1, click over here. And if you want to fill out the application for Inner Circle, I would love to be that guide. So it helps you build your dream home, so there will be a line out the door when you decide to sell it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the comments. Take care.